Hi everyone and welcome to Brick Talk TV Live. Terry here again on your Sunday afternoon on our grand finale for the Lion Knights Castle, which you've seen me build over the last 3 streams. So if you were expecting the Barcelona Nou Camp, we've delayed that by a week due to running out of time to finish the castle last time. So you can join me for the kickoff of the Barcelona Nou Camp in 2 weeks time. I'm going on holiday from Monday, so I won't be around for the next couple of Sundays to do a stream, but when we come back we'll be kicking off the Barcelona Nou Camp Stadium. And that'll probably take us, I reckon, about 3, maybe 4 streams again because of the number of parts involved. So join me for that. And of course the World Cup will have kicked off by then as well. So it'd be quite nice to do a football themed stream during that time. At the moment there is a poll running to see what we stream after we finish Barcelona Nou Camp. At the moment I think the Lego House architecture set is getting the most votes. So if you want to influence what we stream after the Nou Camp, then do head over to the community tab and cast your vote. But back to today. So far we're up to bag 22 of 26 sets of bags, so there's not too many left to go, 4 sets to get through, so hopefully it probably won't take us too long today. In the last episode we started on this part of the castle where we started to do a drawbridge, and there were some details around this side of a tree, sort of the black tree continues, and then if we opened it up inside here, if I can remember, we had a little toilet up here, we had a area where the armour's being kept at the moment, we had some prison areas down the bottom as well, and we sort of started to do the entranceway with the drawbridge mechanism with these chains going over. So today we're going to continue that. In the previous episodes, of course, we also completed the other half of the castle, which you can just about see over here. So hopefully today we'll finish this part and we'll connect it all together and we'll see some wide angle shots of the whole thing stuck together. So let's go into zoom mode. I'll crack open bag 22. And it looks like we'll be continuing building details around the top part here of the castle for the next part anyway. Hey Brandon, welcome to the stream. I'm good, thanks. Hope you're well. So only 1 bag in this next part here, so to kick us off we're going to need 3 1x4s in grey, a couple of 1x3s, we've got some 1x1s with stud on the side, 3 masonry bricks, got a couple of 1x1 round black plates, a couple of 1x2 inverted curves, so those kind of bricks, a couple of those, and we've got 2 of these panel pieces as well in this section. And to kick us off we're going to build something that sits above the drawbridge, so we get the 1x1s with the studs on the side. We're just going to stick these black 1x1 plates with a hole in the middle onto that and stick those on top of these inverted curve pieces, so we end up with 2 pieces that look like this. Let's just do the other one. So with those in place they're going to sit just on top of the drawbridge here, either side where we've got the gap. Then starting over here, just try and focus in a bit more. We're going to leave a 1 stud gap here and stick a masonry brick sticking out. Then we've got our little panel piece, goes in, and another masonry brick next to that. Another panel piece. Then a 1x4 brick, and then we'll finish off with a masonry brick on that side there. Then on the opposite side, coming down this wall here, we're going to leave a 1 stud gap again, and this time we'll start with a 1x4. Interesting that it's a bit sticking in properly there. Stick a 1x4 brick in there, and another one. And then 1x3s just finish off that side of the wall there. Then we're going to build the front up again. So for the front bit we need 4 1x3s. We've got a couple of, or one 1x2x2, and then 4 masonry bricks. Just coming across the front here. Start with a masonry brick in the corner. And we've got a 1x3, Another 1x3 goes on the inside there. Then we'll put a masonry brick in front of these pieces we just stuck in. Then between these two, we've got the 1x2 goes at the front. Then we have the masonry brick again, 1x3, 1x3, and then the corner here we've got another masonry brick. Just built all of that way up there. Then we're going to add a bit more of a layer on top here. So we've got three 1x4s, 1x3 masonry brick, 1x1 with stud on the side, and then we've got two of the semicircle 1x4 pieces here. So we've got two of those to stick on. We start over here with these semicircle pieces. Then we stick the 1x1 with a stud on the side next to that. And the masonry brick, which overlaps the panel by one stud. Then over the opposite side here we stick a 1x4 which also overhangs the panel there. Then on the opposite side over here we stick two 1x4s. Then we've got our 1x3, and then we finish off this other semicircle 1x4 tile to match the other side. Then when we've got these two panel pieces here, a bit like what we did last time, we get two of these curved pieces and they're going to go upside down on there and sort of balance. The stud there. Then we are going to need a couple of 1x4 bricks. We've got a 2x4 plate, a couple of 1x3 bricks, 1x1, two of those with the scroll detail on, and then a couple of inverted sloped pieces as well. There's one, there's two. So our scroll pieces are going to keep these curved pieces in place, so we stick those in first. Oh, where did that go? Try that again. So that's now stuck in place with the scroll pieces. Then at the front here we're going to put a 1x3 and then a 1x4. Then we have our inverted sloped pieces. They're going to go either side here and here. Then our 2x4 goes in the middle. Then we've got our 1x4, 1x3 on this side just to finish us off. Next up we've got a couple of corner bricks and a 2x2 brick, 3 1x4 bricks. We have a couple of squish bricks, the 1x1s, another 2x4, 1x3, 2 masonry bricks, and we've got 2 1x1 semicircle bricks. What we do is we get the 2x4 to start with, and we're going to stick the 2 squish bricks in opposite corners at the back. Here and here, and then we'll stick a 1x4 in front, so we end up with something like this. That's going to go above these overlapping pieces here we stuck on earlier, just like that. Then we'll have a masonry brick go that side, and a 1x3 go on the other side. Then in the middle here we are going to put a 2x2 brick slap bang in the middle, and our 2 corner bricks will go facing outwards, and inside the gap here we're going to put the semicircle here and here. Then what we're going to do is, with our last few bricks, we're just going to build up on this side again. So we've got a masonry brick and then a couple of 1x4s. Just go across like that. Then we've got 3 more corner bricks, 2x2s, 3 masonry bricks, and we've got 2 1x1 dark bluish grey tiles. We're going to build up the front again here, so we have put a masonry brick at the back on each side here, and we put the corner bricks in each side here and here. Then another corner brick goes over on this side, but on this side we stick a masonry brick, and then we stick a 1x1 tile on the opposite sides, just like that. Then we get a couple of 1x4s, we've got a corner brick, another 1x4 semicircle brick, 1x2 plates, 3 1x3 bricks, a couple of masonry bricks, couple more semicircle bricks as well. Hey Sixton, welcome to the stream, hope you're well today. A couple of 1x2s with clips on, and then a couple of 1x1 squished again. Just going to build up the front again here, so our semicircle 1x4 goes at the front in the middle across here. Then at the back we're going to stick some 1x3 bricks either side. There and there. Then our single 1x1s semicircles just go either side here and here. Then right at the front on this side we stick a masonry brick. Then we have a 1x4 that goes down the back, and then we stick our 2 1x2s with clips on the other side over here and here. And on this side we're going to stick a corner brick down here, masonry brick, and we've got a 1x4, 1x3. And back round this side we'll stick our 2 squished bricks either side of this part that sticks out, and then we'll stick a 1x2 tile in between those just to build that bit up a bit further. Then we get a couple of shields, so we've got a couple of the printed lion crests, 2 patterns here, 2 of those, a couple of masonry bricks and a couple of 1x2x2 bricks. And what we're going to do is the shields are going to go in the front of the castle, so where we stuck on those black dots earlier they're going to stick in there as well. So here we've got 2 holes, and there's going to be the shields that actually go in there. So we're going to stick the blue one on this side above our doorway, and the yellow one on the other side like that. Then our 1x2x2s just go either side like this, and our masonry bricks just go on the inside all the way like that. Such a complete grand. Excuse me. Still more layers to add on top, so we get 5 1x4s, a couple of 1x3s, and 4 masonry bricks. Sixten, my favourite Lego build of all time, is a tough one to call. I actually really enjoyed doing the Titanic, which of course is a stream, so if you wanted to see that playback, check it out on the channel. But I really quite enjoyed doing that because of the size of the ship. I really enjoyed doing Hogwarts, which I didn't stream, but I quite like micro scale. So the Hogwarts castle was a great one as well. I'd actually love to rebuild that one. good. So just adding some 1x4s on here, and we've got some masonry bricks go out there and on that side, and a 1x3, and then coming down on this side again we've just got 1x3s and then a couple of 1x4s just go across there. Then we've got this 1x4x3 brick, and what we're going to do is we're going to stick 4 1x1s with clips in reddish brown right across the top. Just going to add these in. Now we've got that, which is probably used to hold some weapons, and that's going to go just on the inside here of where we've just built out that front part. It's going to go straight into the middle just to cover over the gap there. Then we'll just slide this over to the side a second, because we're going to build a little rack now to hold some weapons. So we start with a corner plate in reddish brown, and we'll stick one of these inverted curved ones. Cool, you enjoyed the Titanic too? Yeah. It's, this year's large model is also quite interesting, which is coming out soon. Not sure whether I'll get it or not yet though. So there we go, we just started the base of this rack with an archway, a couple of 2x2 plates and some inverted curved pieces. Stick a 1x6 in this medium nugget colour plate then, and then we've got a series of 1x2s with clips on in reddish brown that goes on top next. Then with this we're going to stick a large arch, a 1x6, goes right across like this, and then on top we're going to stick some 1x2 medium nugget jumper tiles like this. That's going to allow us to put some weapons on. So we're going to stick a quiver onto the jumper tile so it hangs down like this, and then of course we've got a bow and arrow you can clip on there. That's all we're going to add to the rack, and if we drag back in up here, you can see we prepared some area earlier that we can just clip in here. So it's only held by 2 studs, so you can pull this back out, but we've got the bow and arrow weapons there for soldiers to grab when we're under attack. Next little item we're going to do is we'll get a jumper tile here. We'll stick a 1x1 round brick, stick a 4-length rod into the middle of that, then we'll stick another 1x1 round on top, and then we'll stick a black 1x1 round plate, and another 1x1 round brown brick. So we've got a post like this, and on top we're going to stick a helmet. So it's like a helmet holder there. That's going to actually squeeze in over this little gap down here. We've got a spare helmet just going in there. Next up we're going to build a ladder, and there's a little note here that says a perfect armoury, plenty of space for weapons, now to find a spot for my staff. So we've got a couple of brown ladders here, just going to connect those two together and now clip into this 1x2 with a bar going across it. This is going to be the ladder that allows soldiers to climb up. So it's going to clip into this gap here. So we'll just feed that through the hole, and then there's a little indent here where we can attach the plate to it now. So we have a little ladder for soldiers to come up, and then in these clips we've got on here we're going to add some weapons. So we've got a little crossbow here that's going to go into the 1x1 with a hole in it, and then we've got some silver spikes. Oh, I've just thrown to the bottom of the castle. get out, thankfully. Just get these silver spikes, and they're just going to go in, hopefully, these clips on the side here and here. So it's got some weapons added to the armoury above the entranceway, and that's the end of bag 22. Let's open bag 23. Again, got some more detail with this main section on the armoury to go on. So to start us off on this one, we're probably going to put the windows in to either side of the doorway here, and some other windows. So we'll do the same technique for the windows. We've got a couple of 1x4 tiles in dark bluish grey. We've got 4 of those. We've also got 4 of these 1x1 and a third with the 2 studs on the side. So 4 of those. There's 3 anyway, there's 4. We've also got a panel window piece. One of these pieces with an insert. Is a square cross insert, so just going to stick that in straight into there. So we've got a cross hatch window, and a 1x2 plate is also needed. We'll stick the 1x2 plate on top of that window panel piece, and that is actually going to be the window over here where the ladder came up, and we stuck this little piece sticking out, so that goes on there. And then with our windows, of course, for where the bow and arrow get fired from, we just stick the tiles on top of these 1x1s, 2 stud overhang, and then these are just going to stick in facing each other. Cool effects that you can fire a bow and arrow through it with little retribution. Then we're just going to add another layer again of bricks. So we've got a 1x6, 1x4, a couple of 1x3s. We've got 4 1x2 plates, 4 squished bricks, 4 masonry bricks. And we've got a couple of corner bricks as well. So to start us off, we get the 4 1x2 plates which we had, and we stick the squished bricks into that. So we do 4 of those to help us with those bow and arrow windows. There's my other plate on. Did I get in there? So we stick those on, and then they're going to stick on top here just to secure our window into place. So 2 on each side. Try and show it to you. It's a bit tricky the higher that this set gets. So they've gone on now to secure our windows. Then a masonry brick comes in on the inside on each side. And a 1x3 brick just comes on there. Then our 1x6 is going right across the back here, and then a 1x4 at the front. Nothing too exciting on that one. Corner brick goes on either side of our window there. Masonry brick. The other corner brick, and another masonry brick, just to raise all that up a level. Then we're going to build a little roof, so where that part sticks out, we need some bits first though. So we need a couple of these 2x2s modified with just 2 studs on, another 1x6, got 4 1x4s, couple of 1x3s. We've got a couple of inverted 1x2s, 3 masonry bricks. A couple of cheese wedges in 2 different colours, like dark orange and medium nugget. Also got some medium nugget 1x1 upward facing bracket pieces. What else have we got? A couple of 1x1s plates, dark bluish grey, 2 dark orange 1x4 plates, and I think that's it. So we start off with these 2x2s modified with 2 studs, and we'll stick on upward facing bracket. I did miss a brick. A 1x2 plate then goes on that spare stud there, and we connect the other 2x2 modified and stick our bracket on the end of that. So we start with something like this, then we stick a 1x4 plate across the back, and then we stick the other 1x4 plate across the front like this. Now we're going to stick our cheese wedges on the front plates, start us off with a roof. So we end up with something like this. That's going to go, as I said, on this bit here that sticks out. So I'm just going to cover that on top there. Then either side we have our 1x2 inverted slope piece goes on first with a masonry brick. We'll squeeze in. 1x4 comes across the front here. 1x3 which goes right over the window. Of course, in the middle studs we'll stick the dark bluish grey 1x1 which will finish the window off. Then we have a 1x4 there and a masonry brick coming on the inside. We repeat the pattern then on the opposite side. So our 1x3 and our plate goes in the middle, hopefully, squeeze it in. 1x4, masonry brick, 1x4 down here, 1x6, and then we'll finish again with the inverted piece, which you can't quite see, just on the end there. With that done, we're going to do like a central window for this sort of space here, I believe. So just a little mini build, I suppose, on its own. For this, we are going to need a 2x4 brick, 1x4 bridge or archway. We need a 1x4 tile. We've got an arched window, insert for the window, a 1x2 with a slider on it, a couple of macaroni tiles, a couple of 1x1s with the scroll effect, 4 semicircle bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple of Erling bricks in dark bluish grey, upward facing brackets, 1x2 with 2 studs on the side as well is needed, as 4 brown 1x1 round plates, a couple more 1x2 plates, and to finish this off we have a couple of these semicircle tiles as well. So to do the window, we start with the 2x4 brick, we stick the 1x4 tile on, and then at the back to level it off we stick the 1x2 plates on. Then we stick the 1x2 with a slider in the middle on the 2 studs, and that's flanked either side with the upward facing brackets. With those in place, we stick the Erling bricks behind the brackets. So we've got something looking like this at the moment. Then if we swivel it round here where we've got these upward facing brackets, we're going to stick our semicircle bricks on that to give us like a little column effect. Try and do it without popping it off. So now we've got something like this. Then we're going to stick the scroll pieces on top of the Erling brick, so the scroll overhangs out the front, so it looks like it tops the column up here with a nice bit of architectural detail. Then in the middle of that we're going to stick our arched windows. So we've got to stick the black inserts in there like that, and then that's going to slot in between these two columns on top of our 1x2 slider. So it looks like this. Then we'll stick an archway over the window and to join the columns up. Onto that we'll stick a 1x2 with the 2 studs on. Then to cap off our scrolled area we'll stick these semicircle tiles on. Get a nice bit of detail there on the window. And then our final thing to do is with the macaroni tiles to stick the 1x1 round brown pieces into the back like this, and then we just stick that as an archway over our window like that. So with that in place, then if we slide back in our main build, this is going to go on top here, slots in like that. So if I go to the wide camera, the windows now in place above the shields, which is quite cool. Now we just need to build all around the top here just to fit the window in and make it a bit more part of the build. So we have one of these large arch pieces, we've got a couple of masonry bricks, 3 corner bricks, a couple of 1x3 bricks, and one 1x4 brick. So the archway piece is going to go right over the arch of this window piece. Secure that into position there, so we get a bit of an indent on the window there as well, which is quite cool. Then on this side we'll put our corner brick. Then we have another corner brick. 1x3 goes on, and then a 1x4, so nothing too interesting on this side. On the other side we have a masonry brick, and another one, then a 1x3, and then a corner brick just to finish us off at the front. Now we're going to do a bit more of the sort of drawbridge mechanism, which we sort of left hanging last time. So for that we need one of these 5.5 length rods. We've got one of these sort of lift arm pieces. We've got a Technic brick with a hole in it, 1x1. A smaller rod piece there, 1x2 with 2 pins moulded into it. And to kick us off we get our Technic brick and stick this pin through it. And then we get this lift arm and stick the pins in there. Stick our final clip into there. So with these in position, what we do is, if you remember from last time, hopefully, we've got this piece here which controls the drawbridge. What we're going to do is stick this pin in, if you want to do it correctly. I think that's goes in there like that. The other side goes in like that. So we just added that to the top. That then clips in over here. This 1x2 clips into place there, and we still have this thing overlapping here, so it'll be our mechanism for twisting, I should imagine. We'll then also clip these loops that we had on last time either side of our window. So those two are clipped into position, and our 1x1 we can slide over and just stick that into position. So now we've got our drawbridge mechanism connected right away across. Then what we can do is we'll get where let me see if I can show you a bit better. So this is where it's all been connected across. What we're going to do now is we're going to stick some squished bricks either side on top of our loop pieces that we just added. There and there, and we've also got a silver spear which we can stick into our clips that we stuck on earlier, just in front. Then we'll just slide that over a moment, and what we need to do is build another roof layer. So we get a 1x4, got some more wedge bricks, and we also need a masonry brick and a couple of 1x3 bricks. That's it for us. So to continue the roof, just going to stick these cheese wedges in again, give us a look of some tiles. That is going to, I'm just about to show it to you, that's going to go on top here. Now our mechanisms in the background, secure that in place. Then we have a 1x3 goes next to it to level us off, and then on the opposite side here just a 1x3 and a masonry brick. And there's a bit more to the mechanism as well, so let's put that to the side. We get a 1x4 with 3 holes in it. We have got these cool disc pieces here, got a Technic pin there, larger pin there, a couple of loop pieces, and we've got some more printed shields. So we have this one and we have this one. So firstly the mechanism really for the thing, we stick the 2 pins together, then we'll slide on these looped pieces on either side, here and here. They'll then stick into our brick here and here like that. So there's our bar. If we bring back in what we're doing here, we also need to stick a 1x4 dark orange plate there, and then just in front of that on the rest of the loop we'll stick the part we just made. We're also going to stick just below in the armoury either side of the spear the shields that we just got, and then these actual sort of battle shields are going to clip into our rack as well, either side of our spear. So that's in position. So if I go to the wide camera, you can kind of see that this is building up now. We've got the spear, the shields, some decoration shields, and then these pits here for our drawbridge mechanism. Next up we just get a massive 1x16 brick. That's going to join the 2 inverted pieces across here to set our sort of scene, I suppose. That goes across. Then to white finish, but we start with a 2x3. We've got 4 1x6s. We've got 3 masonry bricks, 2 corner bricks, 2 1x4s, 2 1x3s. This is almost the last part of the bag now, so we're just going to build up this. So on our 1x16s we stick some 1x6s either side. In the middle we'll stick a masonry brick. We get 2 stud gap each side. Then our 1x6 goes across there with a 1x4, 1x3 at the front, 1x3 comes in, masonry brick goes on. We then stick our 2x3 in the middle across there. Then we've got a corner brick down this side, another one going the other way there. Masonry brick goes in the middle, then a 1x4, and then our 1x6. Oh, actually 1x6 goes on first, and then 1x4 goes on. And then to finish off Here, where we've got this part sticking out here, this rod, we're going to stick one of these 2x2 rounds with the pattern on. Slide that onto it, and now we can operate the drawbridge, I presume. So let's go to a wide camera. This is now our entranceway, which is looking quite grand that we built up. And hopefully, if I twist this side thing now, you can see that the drawbridge gets lowered. And then when we're under attack, we can twist it the other way and shut the drawbridge. So that's quite a cool mechanism. Quite a simple one, sort of counterweighted from what we built last week. So that's in the bag 23. Let's crack open bag 24. Got 2 bags in this set. There's quite a bit of greenery here, and I think we've probably got the Queen minifigure that's coming out as well, and we do. So we'll build her first up. Lots of leaves for this part. I think we're going to continue the tree that's growing up the side of the castle as well. Let's all this out. After this bag, we've got 2 more sets of bags to go. So first up then, we need some legs. Start with the standard yellow, red and blue legs. And then we've got, which one's that? This one goes on first. Then we've got some armour that goes over the soldier's body. So it's going to go over there like that. We've got her head that's going to go on. Quite a wide smile on her face there. And then she has a helmet with a visor that goes on. Our helmet and then our visor. Just clips in over there, and then they've got a shield and an axe. So the axe is going to be made from a rod. Find the pieces. Where are they? These are 6-length rod, so there's going to be an axe here. Where's the axe piece? There it is. That clips on to the top. So the soldier's got an axe. Pipe, I suppose you would call something like that. Although my medieval history is probably not as good as it used to be. Then we've got a lion's shield, goes in the other hand. And we're going to stick a red feather into the helmet here. Just like that. Then we also have a horse. So here's our Lego horse. Need to move the legs around a bit so they look like they're actually walking. You've got an option here. You've got a 1x2 and a plate that you stick together. So you can stick this into the gap in the middle here and have them just roaming around as a normal horse in a field, but of course we're not going to do that, so we'll take that out. Now we have instead this nice cover that goes over the horse. Get it the right way round. Very grand horse there with the cover, and then we have the ability to stick the minifigure into that, like that. So they're ready to go off to fight and into battle. And now we do the Queen, I think. Oh, so that will just knock the shield off. So make sure the horse can stand up first, and then we do our other one, which is cream, I think. So we've got some white legs this time, and a slightly different printed torso. They've got like a gold belt written around that. Then we're going to put another armour piece again on here. This time though we also have a yellow cape. Also managed to bend our flag up there. So then we've got the cape that's going to go on as well. Of course we've got to stick the head on. Helen's head. Then she's got a helmet on. Somewhere. Where's the helmet gone? There's the helmet. And this time she's got a gold face mask on, a visor. She's got a sword in her hand and a shield as well. With the printed logo on. Where are we? There's the shield. And looking for the shield, we also stick a white feather into the top of the visor, and there are two options for display on this one as well. So you can either display with the helmet on, or she can be displayed with her hair, which we can stick a little crown into the top. So whether you want to have the Queen in battle or having a crown, you can swap those out. And I still can't find the shield. Where's the shield? Oh, it's probably right in front of me, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Of course it's right in front of me. So then the shield goes in the other arm as well. So there's the Queen of the castle, and of course you can position her on the horse as well, and I think that's how we have it on the photos for the set. So we have her coming outside the front of the castle. So next up we still have another mechanism to do for the drawbridge as well. So for that we are going to need a few parts. We get a 1x2 with a Technic hole in it. We have a large pin somewhere. That's the pin. One of these pins here. We also need one of these Dr. Robotnik feet type pieces here. We've got a stopper piece as well. Then we have one of those pieces. So to start off with, we stick the pin through our Technic brick. We'll put the stopper through on that side there. And we'll stick Dr. Robotnik's leg face down. Finish that off with that piece. So we end up with something like this. We bring back in our mechanism. We stick that into this pin here, and then the brick into the 1x16 there. So that's now in position. Then move that aside again. We need a large plate here. We get a 1x2 jumper tile, 2x2 modified with 2 studs, then a couple of 1x4s modified with 2 studs, a 1x3 jumper and a 1x8 plate. We start with this larger plate here, 4x8, stick the 1x8 across, stick our 2 1x4 modified on top, then we have our 1x3 jumper that goes on the side. Meanwhile with this 2x2 modified, we just stick the jumper on top there. We slide back in our top here. We're going to stick this piece just on our masonry brick, and then this piece goes right across the top, hopefully, the pieces we just added in. Just about. So that's now in place that side. Then we've got a 1x4 plate, and we get a masonry brick. We'll stick those on top there. That then goes on our jumper tiles that we stuck on. Then we move that to the side, and we're going to build a large portcullis, I think would be the word, that we can drop down as well on our enemies. So to start with, we get a 2x2 plate. We're going to stick a 1x3 tile across that. We then have these sort of newer pieces here, like 2 corner pieces stuck together. Connect that with the tile. We'll leave a 1 stud gap. Stick another 1x3 in there. And then we'll stick another corner piece in like that. So that's going to be the top of our portcullis. And then what we do is we get 5 of these pieces. We're going to stick these corner tiles on either side, and a 1x1 in the middle, just like that. And we've got to do that for all 5 of these. Try and do it sort of level as I can. Do the same again here. And then one more. So with all those now connected, what we do is just connect these together. So start down the middle like this, and then just overlap these all the way down. So we end up with something that looks like this. And then at the bottom we're going to just cover up those last studs here with some 1x1s. And then we have one more corner here that's going to go at the top. Then if we flip this over,
I found it.
We add these 1x8s tiles either side here on the 1 stud that's left over. It's a little bit flimsy, this one at the moment. And then we get 8 2x2 plates, and we just run these now down the 4 on each side. Makes it a bit more sturdier. Fall down there, fall down this side. Goes in there. Then with our 1 stud there, we add some 1x3 tiles to that 1 stud, and then flip it over again, and we'll just add 2 more plates to it. There and there, like that. So now there's our sort of portcullis that can come down to protect us. To connect it, we are going to get a large chain piece, again like we did with the drawbridge. Connects into the top up here, and next to it we get a tan coloured 1x1 round that goes in next to it. Then we cover these up with this hinge piece here. Then we add a mechanism at the other end. So our mechanism is a 1x1 with a Technic hole in the middle. We'll stick a Technic pin into that, and we'll stick a gear on there, if I can see one. There it is. Gear wheel goes on there. We then connect one of these with a hole in the middle, and we'll stick a white Technic pin with a stud on into the middle of that. With that in place, we then do the same but the opposite way. So we get one of these pins, we're going to stick a gear into it again, all the way down. That'll go into the other side, and then we've got a arch piece there to connect it. So that's now in position. We then connect our chain to that 1x1 round stud that we had in the middle there, and with that in position, we'll then feed that into the castle. And there's a note here as we start to feed it in that says, such a heavy portcullis should do nicely to protect our front gate in times of trouble. So if we bring this back in, there is a slot down here which you might not be able to see, where we can feed this through. Where do we need to stick it once it's fed through? Go up to feed through just next to that. So now that's in position. We then build a similar thing that we built earlier for the other side with Dr. Robotnik's foot. So we get a 1x2, hopefully, with a Technic hole in the middle. We stick a pin through the middle of that. We put another stopper type piece all the way through that. There's Dr. Robotnik's foot, which goes on. And then we have another one of those pieces as well. That then goes on the other side here, where we've got this 1x2 still available. So that's now also in position. Now we're going to put another panel piece that we stuck on the other side. So same again with a 4x8. We're going to get a jumper tile, stick that there. Our 1x8 plate goes right across. This time we stick a 1x2 plate just in front of our jumper there, like that. Spinning it round here, we'll stick that now on this side. That's now in position as well. Then we've got a 1x3 plate, Technic brick 1x1, and another 1x2 plate. We'll stick our 1x1 Technic brick just at the back there, and our 1x3 plate next to that, and a 1x2 just in front there. Then we've got another couple of Technic bricks, a couple of 1x4 modified with 2 studs too. These go on to our 1x8 plate we did last time, and our Technic 1x1 bricks just continue down this side in an alternating pattern. Then with that done, we've got 10 of these cutaway pieces. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have another Technic brick, 1x1 with a hole in the middle. We have a rubber piece. Where is it? One of these rubber pieces, and then one of these loop pieces, and another Technic pin. So we stick the Technic pin into our Technic brick, and we stick this rubber piece on there, all the way down, and then we'll have our loop piece going in there. That's going to fit the ends. Will fit just on the end here, hopefully. And then our cutaway pieces are going to go on the corners here. Back here as well. Our towers, some castle type feel to it. And go on this side too. Slide that to the side a moment. We're going to get a 1x3 here. We'll get a semicircle brick on the end.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Thanks very much, Apple. Then we get a 1x4 semicircle as well. Add that on. Add the 1x4 plate underneath. And then we finish off with 2 more semicircle bricks. Sliding underneath some leaves. So we finished that one, and then we also get one of these 1x8s. We've got some jumper tiles all across here. We get a 1x3 plate and a 1x4 plate. Just add that on to build something like this. So with these 2 pieces built, we'll roll this back into town. This will go across the back here, and this will go across the front of those plates that we just added on. Next up, we have one of these pieces here, which will stick a Technic pin into the middle of, and then coming out of either end is a sort of handlebar piece here. So we've got something looking like this. We also need 10 1x1s with 2 studs on as well on each corner. So bring this back in. What we'll do is this will go into the Technic brick we had earlier. So you can't see. It's just going in here, so it'll hit the rubber thing and the little gear that's moving along here. And then our corner bricks just go into these cutaway pieces which we've just stuck on a minute ago. Just have these with the studs sticking out. I'll just show you the wide shot of this as well, where we're at. So we've now got this sort of mechanism here which can hit against the rubber piece and hit the gears as we bring the portcullis up. We've added these sort of castle type details as well, all the way around on the corners. So at the moment, let's see if this works, we can roll up, let's open the drawbridge so you get a better view of this. So we've currently got a clear gap in there because we've rolled up the portcullis, and then if we want to release it, we just pull this lever, there you go, and you heard it drop down there to stop anybody coming in. We can raise the drawbridge as well, so they work independently of each other, and I'm guessing there'll probably be mechanisms, so just roll that up and leave that hidden away, and then in times of trouble we can release it and it will drop down and stop people coming in. So that's the forklift done. Now we're going to do some foliage around here. So we have some green leaves just to stick on the black tree that's running up the top, or the side here. So stick one, stick some of these around here. Just find that clip there a bit weird. I probably should have put those on the inside of the castle. Oddly. Then we're going to add some angled out pieces. So get one of these with a red setting brick. That's going to go in upwards there, and then we have another one that goes with a larger red rod there and a yellow rod that will stick out the top. We then put a 2x2 plate onto the end of that. We then have our 4 prongs sticking out of that, and we stick a tile on top to hide the studs. So that was something like this. That's going to stick into the top of our trunk here. Let's angle out that way. Then we add 4 more leaves, some onto this prong we just stuck on. Then another branch, we get 3 of these angle pieces again. Stick a full length in one, small axle in the other there. That goes into the top of our tree, angled out that way, and then the other 2, just going to add the shorter axle pieces. One goes on the tree at the front, and then the other one goes on this branch sticking outwards, facing upwards. Then we're going to build 3 foliage areas. So I'm just going to drag these across and go back into zoom mode. For these 3 areas, we start with 3 2x2 bricks. On top of those, we're going to stick the 2x2 plates with the 4 prongs sticking out, like this, and again. Then we're going to stick some 2x2 plates into the middle again. We'll then stick our 2x2 round tiles with the holes in the middle on top to hide the studs, and then into the hole we've got there, we're going to stick a handlebar piece into the top. Across there, so we end up with something that looks like that. Then we're going to add 4 leaves to the pronged areas outside, so working around in a fashion like that. So we'll do that for each of these. I hope this tree is not as flaky as the tree in the blacksmith's build. That was a tough tree. So with all those looking like that, we then get one of these large leaves, and we stick that in the middle. Each of these. stick one more small leaf on top. Like that. So now we've got the 3 branches. We can then stick these now onto these red bars that are sticking out to finish our tree off a little bit. Like that. So that's our tree working its way up. Then we have a couple of tusk pieces, a couple more large leaves, and a couple of small leaves, and we stick to the end of the tusk this large leaf and then small leaf. Just do that twice. One goes at the bottom here, and the other one goes into the side here. It's a bit tricky to push in there. Just stick that back on, so that's added onto that. And then we have the front of a beehive, so a bit like Winnie the Pooh set here, and we can stick hang that from the leaf at the top here, stick a shoot through, and then stick the beehive into the shoot. So if we go to the white camera, so we've just added all of this foliage all the way up now. We've got a beehive sitting there, bee's nest really, not a beehive. So that's the end of bag 24. So let's move on now and continue building the rest of the castle. So open bag 25, so one more bag to go after this. So we've got some mini figures to build in this one. And we'll be finishing probably just the top of the castle to hide some of the studs that are still exposed. We've got quite a lot of semicircle bricks in this one. So to start off with, we're just going to build the minifigures. So a couple more knights, so standard tunic dress here, both of these. There we go. So we've got those two there. We've got one which is going to be a bowman, archer. I've already messed up by not putting the quiver into his back. And then we're going to put the helmet on. And give him a bow in his hand. There's our other soldier there, and then our next one is going to be sort of carrying almost like a torch, I think. So they have a 4-length gold rod, stick one of these sort of lampshade type pieces in the ends, and then we put a flag on that, and then this person's going to be holding this. Head on, and another helmet. There's another soldier there. So with that done, then we need 22 1x1s with 2 studs on the side. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Where's the last one? Maybe I miscount. Maybe I miscounted. Let's see another one. Let's see if we've got any left over. So with these then what we're going to do is we're going to add these either side of the cutaway pieces that we added earlier. So our cutaway pieces just get flanked by these 1x1s with studs on the side. Not forgetting our little tower at the back as well. It needs to also have these around. Goes there. Where else I missed? Two around there. We also then go down the sides here and leave a one stud gap down this longer piece, and same on this other side, so just leaving a one stud gap in between. So now they're all in position. We then get 12 of these corner panel type pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and where's the last one? Keep losing the last ones, or I'm not counting properly. Probably just me not counting properly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. No, need one more. Where are you hiding? There it is. Doing a couple of flags, and what we're going to do then is we're going to add these panel pieces now into the gaps that we've left here. And these just go in. All the way around here, and then this side, and then we'll just do it on the small tower at the back as well. What am I missing? It's a 1x1 there with a stud on the side. Where's that then? There it is. This one over here. That's in place now. So those are all done. We then get 4 of these 6x6 dark bluish grey plates, and we're actually going to stick them, I think, with a slight overhang on each side of the main entranceway. So they're in position. Then we're going to build up now around here. Add another layer, so we've got 5 masonry bricks. We've got 10 1x4s, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 3 1x3s, corner brick, and a semicircle brick. So to kick us off, right bang in the middle over our doorway is our semicircle brick to start us off. Then we have a 1x3 either side then. And it's a 1x4. Comes across here and here. I'll stick a masonry brick just on the corner there, and it's 1x4. Another masonry brick, another 1x4, another one goes across, another masonry brick, and one more cuts inside. Then over this side we stick a 1x3 brick, and a 1x4 goes across. We have a masonry brick down in this corner, a couple of 1x4s on, then our corner brick goes on the front here, then we'll finish off with a couple of 1x4s there. Did I miss one somewhere? Don't think so. Got one there, there and there. Cool, so now we just added a layer of bricks on top of what we just built. We're going to add another layer, of course. So we've got a couple more 1x4s, 5 1x3s, 3, 4, 5. We've got a 1x1 with a clip on it, a corner brick, 2 corner bricks in fact, 8 masonry bricks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we've got 16 semicircle bricks to top them up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So to start us off this time, in this corner bit here we'll stick 3 semicircle bricks on either side. That's zoomed on. Wider camera for this bit. So just sticking these semicircles across the side there. Then we have masonry brick goes on each end, and 1 semicircle on each side. Then we've got 2 of our corner bricks, this goes at the front, one there, another semicircle brick. On this side we have a 1x3, on this side though we have a masonry brick, and then a 1x3 going down the side. Masonry brick goes on, another semicircle brick, 1x4 brick, another semicircle brick, masonry brick, another masonry brick. Then we have another semicircle, and 1x3, and then we have one more masonry to finish this off on this side of the tower. Then on this side, semicircle brick in, another 1x4, so it's very similar to what we've done already. Semicircle, 1x3. Then we have our 1x1 with a clip that goes on the inside over in this corner. Another semicircle brick, masonry brick, and the 1x3 that kind of finishes off that top part of the tower there. Then we're just going to cover these studs up now so you can't see them. So for that we've got 8 corner semicircle pieces, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 2 1x4 semicircle pieces, and then we're going for 14 of the single ones. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the corner ones just go into each of the corners of our tower here. Like that. Then our 1x4s is just going to go either side where we have the 1x4 brick in, and then the rest is just going to get filled in now with the single 1x1 semicircle bricks. Smooth all the top of the castle off. Stick 2 together either side here, and on this side too. Open this one over here. So now all this top area is quite all smoothly top. So just to zoom in, so you can see all sort of that's all smoothed off now. So with that done, let's slide that over the side. We're going to do the top now of the tower at the back. So we start with one of these 8x8s. And we're just going to put some 1x4s on and some 1x3s as well. Just do what we did on the last bit, which is just build the sides up for the top of the tower. So there we go, we've just built that up like this. Then we'll have another layer, so corner brick goes in. Then we've got a semicircle masonry brick, another semicircle, and our 1x1 with a clip on it goes in there. And this side, semicircle masonry brick, semicircle. Then we have a masonry brick, semicircle there, another masonry brick, another semicircle, and we have corner brick goes in down this side, then another corner brick on the opposite side, semicircle there, another masonry brick, and finish off with a semicircle piece here. Hey Nathan, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the set's looking quite good now, isn't it? Quite pleased with it. That's the kind of top there. Now, of course, we'll do what we did before, and we'll just cover up all of these studs. So we've got 4 corner semicircle pieces that go on in each corner. Then we'll add some pairs of semicircles in these areas here that's standing out. these out a little bit. That's kind of what the top of that tower looks like. So then if we bring back in the tower here, then where's it going to go? Kind of goes like this. This is just going to fit just on top there like that. That's the top of the back of the tower. Now the fun is we've got 42 of these semicircle pieces. We now need to go all the way around all of the 1x1s with studs on the side that we showed earlier. So if we go to the wide one, where we've got all of these studs sticking out, we just need to stick 42 these semicircle pieces just to complete the architectural look. The castle. Make sure I'll put these all the way around. Might be a pain sometimes to do things like this, but it does look really effective when you've done it. A couple more around the back here on each side. That's the main bit done, and we just need to do the tower. So now we can do the tower. A bit funky with that one. Try and straighten them up. Take that and we'll put yet another wonky semicircle in. Sure how that is possible to do. It. Somehow I need to also stick 4 of them in this little bit down the side, which is a little bit of a tight squeeze. Adult hands. The last 4 then just going in along this side here. And the last one. There we go. So we've added all those in now, all the way around. Now we get some put some flags on. So we've got some of these large poles here. This one we'll stick a yellow and red flag on, just like that. That's going to go into the back part, and of course I have the rest of this one slightly wide. While that's off, let me just straighten some of these out. that back in. So we're going to stick the red and yellow flag here at the back, flying in the winds. We then have the larger flag, so I think I've slightly bent it in the packet, but we do have a large line flag there. So we're just going to get this the right way round, stick that onto the pole. We'll stick a lightsaber piece into the top, then a arrow onto that, stick the arrow through the other hole. Then we end up with a large flag like this. That's going to sit at the front. Like this. I'll have to figure out which way the wind's going to blow when we do that. So that's the flag flying there, and then we're going to add a couple more, 2 trees to add in. One's going to go down here by our poo, which came out of the toilet, and then the other one's just going to go over here on this hillside. So a couple of dark green trees there. And so that's the end of bag 25. So we'll open our last bag now and finish off. Let's go to zoom mode. Looks like we might have a Black Falcon knight in this one. About to maybe do battle with the lions. So in this next page there's a little note here that says, looks like we will be having some visitors from the House of Black Falcon. Hopefully the cook has put something good in the oven. So we've got some knights coming here. So first up we've got the Black Falcon legs and torso. We have hopefully a smiling female face, and she has a black helmet on her head as well. She's carrying a sword and also a pole with the colours of the falcons on. So one of these large poles here, and we're going to stick a yellow and a blue flag into this one. Like that. So there's our first Black Falcon coming to visit, and of course the flagpole's too low. Next up we have one of these pieces here, which is going to stick on the shoulders of a minifigure, and onto this we're going to stick, hopefully if I can find it, a couple of 1x2 blue pieces with loops in. They clip into the back of this piece here, and then into the loops we actually stick a Technic pin with a stud on it into each side, and then into each of those we just get a medium nugget 1x1 round tile, stick that onto the stud. Then we have a downward facing bracket we stick into the 2 studs on top here. Into that bracket piece we stick a 1x2 with a clip facing outwards, and on the back we're going to stick a black bullion bar piece there. Onto the studs on top here we've got some semicircle medium nugget bricks like this. Before I did the bracket I missed another blue piece there. Let's down. So now we've got some clips either side there. Then we're going to stick a smaller rod into this side, and again some yellow and blue flags going onto the pole as this person's walking, and they're going to have the bucket on the other clip. Maybe they're a medical officer or something else. So you've got a bucket on one side, flags on the other. Then we get another Black Knight torso and legs. Stick that now over his head. This is a man who's got a really scared, really frightened, scared face on there, and he's got also a black helmet. And he's carrying a full-length rod in there, so that's kind of what he's looking like. It's quite heavy at the back, so he's probably not going to stand up very well. So we'll lay him down for now. Then our last Black Falcon soldier is more of a Black Knight really. So there's his torso, there's his legs. There's his legs. So again, standard issue there. He's actually got a bit of either a smiling face or a smirking face with a moustache on his head. He has a black helmet, and quite scary, with a black feather coming out the top. He has a sword and a shield, if I can find it. It's a black sword. Of course it's a black sword, he's a black knight. And then a shield. Where's the shield? There's the shield. So he's looking quite formidable there. But then of course he's also on a horse. So this time we've got a tan coloured horse. Same thing applies for this one. We can put a 1x2 and a plate in the body of the horse if we wanted to have them grazing somewhere. But we do also have, like with these other knights, some covers that you can put on, and then of course the knight can ride on the back there. So that's another cool one, looking pretty scary. Now we're actually going to build like a little mini build with some, well, it's the ramp that comes down the front of the castle essentially. So this is a separate piece. So we start off with a blue piece for some water. Got 4x8. We stick a 1x6 blue tile at the back. Then we've got a 1x2 round piece here with a 1x2 brick which we build out of a 1x2 plate, light bluish grey, and hopefully a 1x2 black plate with a clip on it, and then we stick another plate on top. So we've got this sort of striped piece that actually clips into this round piece here before we stick it just on there like that. Then we've got a 2x4 sloped piece and a corner piece which we stick together to form some rocks, and we also stick a flower plant piece on our round piece there. Then we've got another set of blue plates here and here, just add that on, and another one will go on here. First we need stick a masonry brick and a 1x2 sloped brick. Can't see. Dark bluish grey, a 1x2 sloped piece. one of these corner bricks, just stick that on there, and then we can attach our plate next to it like this. And we have another corner piece that goes in here, one of these wedge pieces, and we put a 2x4 brick there just to connect them all together. We also have a little green piece here, some grass coming out. We have a squished brick, goes on there, another angled brick next to that, and then we'll put another plant piece just down there in the corner, and there is a quarter tile in green as well that just goes into that section. We also have a masonry brick coming out over there, and another rock piece goes in there. Then we have a 2x2. We've got a 2x2 inverted piece, a 1x3 sloped piece, and another rock piece. Our 2x2 just goes on here, and our longer sloped piece, 1x3 there, rock next to that. Oh, not the wrong way around. Rock next to that, and our inverted piece comes on the ends. Then we've got a couple of arch pieces, a 1x2x2 and a 2x2 brick, 2x2 on top there. Two arch pieces go across here, and our 1x2 just goes on here. We've got a 1x2 with a clip, another rock piece, 1x1x3, and another 1x3 sloped piece. Our 1x2 with the clip goes on the inverted piece here after the arches. And our 1x3 is going in there. And our 1x1 goes on the end there. Then we've got three 1x2 slopes in dark bluish grey, and a 1x1 with a clip on it. Clip goes on the rock down there. Next to that we've got our sloped piece. Same with these slope pieces there as well. Add some more height again, so another couple of 2x2s. We then have a hinge piece as well. So a male and a female. There's one. Just these together. Also get another 1x2x2. Another rock piece. And a masonry brick. Our hinge piece is actually going to go on the 1x2 larger piece over here. Then it's 2x2, 2x2, 1x2 there. Top of the rocks there, and a masonry brick just going on to that part. Then we've got three arch pieces, another 1x1 with a clip, a 1x2 with a clip, a 2x2, and a 1x2x2. And then we're going to stick the 1x1 with a clip just in here. Then we have an arch piece. Ooh. The arch piece connects is there. Another one here and there. Then a 1x2 with a clip there. 2x2 there, and another 1x2x2 just adding on there. So getting some height now into this piece. Then for this bit we need a 2x6 and another 1x1 with a clip. Stick that straight across, connecting here, and our clip goes on the end there. Two more archways. An inverted 2x2 a 1x3 slope. So we put this, hopefully, this 3x4 sloped piece into position there with an extra one on the end to give us the start of the ramp that's going down. And an inverted piece here, finish off a couple more archway pieces there, so you can see how the slope is forming down the front of the castle. Then we have a couple of these reddish brown bracket type pieces. They're going to go next to each other here with a little flower piece on the ends. Then we've got a couple of 1x4 pieces, a 1x1 tile and a plant piece. Stick the two 1x4s overlapped by one stud. Stick the plant into the bottom overlap stud and the tile on the top one. So we end up something like this. It goes across these pieces we just added in, like this. Then we need another arch piece. We've got a couple of 2x4 bricks and a 1x3 sloped piece. Slope piece goes on there. Then we have our arch piece, and then our 2x4s just go fill up that space there. And in this gap here we stick another one of these large sloped pieces to continue the slope down from the castle. So then we leave that, and we're going to add another bit here that's going to do the rest of the slope. So let's put that to the side. We start that with one of these 2x3s, and we'll stick a 1x6 brick onto that. Then we have an arch piece coming off there. We'll stick a 1x1 into the other side there to level that off. We then add a 2x 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2x12 white green piece onto the end there. We then have an inverted curved piece and another 1x1, 1x2 round barred piece with a masonry brick on the inside. Goes across here like this. We then have this wedge piece here which will connect with a arch piece. Comes up from that side. Then we'll add some more rock effects. And we'll add another quarter circle bright green piece there. And our next bit, we have a sloped piece, arch piece, 1x3 sloped, and 3 flower pieces. We stick the arch piece front here. Move it over one stud. Then we just add some flowers, plants around the edges over here, like this. Then we'll go for another layer of slope. This time we'll stick our single slope piece there, larger piece there for the slope. Continue the arches up here and here, and then our 2x6 just goes right across there, so you can see from the side the arches are continuing up. Then we have a masonry brick, another slope piece and another arch somewhere. We'll spin this around this time, continue the slope for the piece there with the masonry brick, and then an arch, another slope piece which I missed somewhere. So that looks like this from this angle. continue up, building the slope up from this side now, and again another layer of slope. Stick another flower piece in the back here, and then we get a 1x2 with a clip. It goes just on the back there. Then we get one of these Technic bricks with this sort of plate halfway through. Stick that on the back of the clip there near the flower, and then stick an inverted piece there and top that with another sloped piece. Then we get another sloped piece here, and we add another 1x2 with a clip just in there, and in those clips we'll stick a full length reddish brown rod like this. And if we bring back in the other piece we built earlier, then hopefully we can stick the hinge that we have here onto this arch piece to form the arch there. A bit of a ability to turn then, and of course we can, because the rod's there and those clips, we can clip that in there to give us a nice angled part of the slope. With that in place, we get two wedge plates together, stick them together. They go in our gap here, just the level of that piece. Then we stick a 1x2 and another wedge piece, one stud in, and we stick do that before I close it, a tile in there, so that just levels out that gap there. Then we add some vines, so we put some clips in other places, just adding some vine type pieces, throwing them on the floor hopefully. So it looks like that. Then what we can do is we bring back this in and we lower the drawbridge. We can actually clip this into the front here, and you can see how it now connects. So if I go to the wide camera, you can see here now we've got this slope which is connected by a clip down there that we got earlier, and if you raise or lower the drawbridge, now it's this nice little ledge that we've got there as well. So we can have people coming in and out, or we can close it up and then people can't get across the moats. So let's just slide that across, because there's another thing to build yet before we finish. Armoury type piece, so we've got a corner plate here, 2x2, stick an inverted slope piece there, another small arch goes to another 2x2, and inverted slope again. So this is a sort of standard weapons rack we're building again, which we got earlier. Then we stick a 1x6 medium nugget across, 1x6 larger arch across. Then we just put 6 1x1s with clips on all across here. Then we'll just cap that off with a 1x6 medium nugget tile, and then we can add some weapons in here. So we've got some swords, we also get a gear and stick a 4-length bar in for like a mace kind of weapon. I've got a spare sword here as well, so I'm going to stick that in, why not? And we've got a spare arrow bit there as well. So there's some weapons that we can stick inside again to open up. I can remember how to open up the castle. just inside. Just show you again. That rack's just sat in there now, just in front of the portcullis that drops down and sticks in there. So that's kind of the build. We've got to connect it together, and now it says, now at last it's clear the sections join to create a mighty fortress. And then there's different ways to display and open it. So we've got this front section here. Let's see if we can connect them together. Well, they should. You can see we've got this alignment here. Should clip together, he says. Will they? Let's see. Am I clipping it to? There we go. So there's the castle. Let's get the book out of the way. That's the castle now completed and all stuck together. You can just about get it in the shot there. And you can see we can lower the drawbridge here. What you probably can't see also though is that we can drop the portcullis down, or we can roll it up. Shame there's not a, it's just a manual roll here. There's no little lever to pull. But that's cool. And then we've got all the scenes. There's like a little marketplace in there. We can have a little courtyard where you can put some things and some scenes. We can also open it out, of course, if we just take a 360 view of this as well. You remember there's also this other entrance here with another way to raise and lower the fences. So we can raise that up here. You can see, and then that drops down. There's a little turd, of course, which comes out the toilet, which is down here. So there's the toilet, and then we've got the water wheel around this side, which is going to power the inside. Of course, we've got various points here where we can position our soldiers, and of course it opens up. So if we do want to, let's see if it opens up all right. We can open up this side. Here we've got the child's playroom with the yellow castle, and the bedrooms over this side over here. This side over a little bit to see a bit better. Then we have a banqueting hall, so we've got the table here, chairs with some food, harpsichord and a fireplace for the other side of the room there. And then down the bottom here we've got a kitchen with the water wheel, which is working the millstone there to give us bread and flour. So that's on that side. And then if you open up this side, which is kind of where all the evil stuff happens. See if I can not say evil stuff. We've got a prison down here with a skeleton. We've got some rooms up here. I've got a minifigure in there actually, which probably should take out because I don't think it's a soldier. Yeah, he's a baker. We've got an armoury up here. Over this side we've got more of the armoury as well. Some hidden areas down here as well. There's our little toilet and latrine in that area as well. And you can see, if I spin this water wheel here, you can probably see the millstone moves around as well. So that's kind of all that's the set completed now. Really nice set. Got some lovely build techniques, and I love the way that it opens up. Hopefully Lego do some more sets like this. And then of course in terms of the figures that we've got loads of figures. So we've got this Dark Knight kind of falcon figure here. Of course we've got our Lion Knight here, which you can position or put the Queen on if we want. We've got some soldiers here on the falcons as well, so we can have a little welcome party coming up the hill. Of course, but let's not forget the ox that we built at the start as well, where the farmers sort of coming to market. Here there's some hay bales. We've also got a Merlin type figure. Got our Queen standing there as well. Got a baker type figure there as well. A couple of children which we can position inside that child's room. And then we've got loads of soldiers, Lion Knight soldiers as well. So they're ready for battle for sure. So if anybody tries to mess with them, they're going to be in trouble. In fact, got loads of knights here, loads of soldiers. We've also got a maid here as well who's having a drink, in which there is a barrel there of some ale. And of course we've got these Robin Hood type figures here. playing a mandolin, a little lamb, a little goat there as well. And those are all the minifigures. So you can see how big this set is. It's quite a large set. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 minifigures. Plus you've got 2 horses and an ox, a bird, a goat, which you can all use in different positions in your castle. So that's the end of today's build. I'll just go back to the main camera. So yeah, this is the end of our build today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, if you did, do hit that like button, as it helps us get more views for the channel. If you haven't subscribed before either and you do watch this regularly, then do subscribe and you'll get notified when we put new streams up or new videos up as well on the channel. There's probably going to be a bit of a gap with videos. You've noticed the last couple of weeks I've been a bit busy to film the continuation of the Bricktown series. But I did manage to start some filming yesterday. Probably won't be able to edit them before I go on holiday, but I'll probably drop those in sort of towards the end of November. So keep an eye out from that, and we'll be doing some street stories in that as well, and you'll see how we start to bring some of Bricktown alive. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, we've got the Barcelona Stadium stream, which will continue in a couple of weeks. So about the 27th of November, I think we come back and we kick off the Barcelona Stadium. I've already put that stream on the channel, so if you want to be notified when I go live, then just hit that notify button as well. And a reminder to have a say in what we stream next. Do head over to the community tab and cast your vote. I think we had about 30 votes when I started the stream earlier, and I think the Lego House Architecture set is in the lead. So if you want us to stream that next, support that and hit the vote. If you want me to build something else, you can see the different sets available, then just cast your vote on something else, and we'll pick that up after we've done the Barcelona Stadium. So as always, hope you enjoyed the stream. It looks like a great set. Looks like I'm going to have some fun putting some minifigures in different positions and sticking it in a display somewhere. Whatever you're doing for the rest of your weekend, enjoy it, stay safe, and look after yourself until I come back from holiday in a couple of weeks, and hopefully see you then. See ya.